we don't really spend a lot of time in space. We spend a lot of time in Lucy's mind. We spend a lot of time dealing with her on an emotional level and trying to track her emotional journey from her experience in space to the culmination of her journey at the end of the movie, and how to sort of track that was a very interesting problem. It wasn't a problem, but it was an interesting puzzle to try to put together, and finding the right melodies for her and then the right sound to sort of push and pull and pressure and release, as I was just saying before. It was sort of it was a track, you know. It was a maze for me to get through, but we got there. It's fulfilling, right? So you start with a script and start with the story, and I start with having conversations with Noah about what he wants, and then I start writing music and building sounds, and I had these instruments built for the movie, for the sound of the movie, and how I was going to thread those into melodies for Lucy. I start out doing that, and then I start sending stuff to Noah, and he starts understanding what I'm thinking, and then we have more conversations about how to sort of mold it. It's like this big glob of stuff, and we gotta mold it into the thing that he envisions. And as that progresses over time, like, I start to see what it's going to be, and then I go to set and see them shooting, and I'm like, oh, I think I understand this a little better now. So then I go back and I do a little changing, and then I start to see picture, and then I change it even more, and then eventually we have a whole thing. I worked on the movie for about a year, and that's because I started about 2 or 3 months before we started shooting, and then they were shooting, and then we were in post. Maybe it was longer than a year.
Any stories you can share about working with Noah?
Well, you know, Noah and I have been working together for about 10 years, and every time we get together to do something, it's really fulfilling. You know, it's really great because he has a very similar idea as to how music should be used that I do, and we share a love for a lot of the same music, so we are very compatible in that way, and he's a musician, so we can speak music together, so it's a really incredible experience. And when we start talking about like emotional content and wanting to get to the heart of a story, I think I see it on the same level as he does. So telling the story musically with someone who tells the story so amazingly visually is just such a treat.